Welcome. You're listening to El Paso Gridley Titan Sports on Route 24 Radio, sponsored by American Building of El Paso, Fairbury, Trajectory Energy Partners, and Common Grounds Cafe and Pie Shop in Gridley. EPG on Route 24 Radio is part of the Casted Media High School Sports Network, presented by the Heller Stores, Beck's Hybrids, Miller Insurance Agency, Stoller International, Bob and Ringo's Grill and Smokehouse in Pontiac, Gibson Area Hospital and Health Services, Edelman Incorporated, Bank of Pontiac, Brant, and Dave's Supermarket in Fairbury. Also on the Casted Media High School Sports Network, catch the Prairie Central Hawks on Fairbury News, the Pontiac Indians on Ion Central Illinois, Lexington on Route 24 Radio Facebook Live, and now the Eureka Hornets on the Route24Radio.com live stream. We are your home for high school sports all throughout the school year. And now, enjoy the game. We'd like to welcome you to Herscher High School as it is officially postseason basketball time for El Paso Gridley as they travel all the way up the Highway 55 to come to Herscher High School. It's the first time coming here, at least since I've been here, as we have the El Paso Gridley Titans taking on a familiar foe, being the Prairie Central Hawks, as two different teams in two completely different current situations as the Titans coming into this game 16-13, 9-3 in the IHSA, a better conference record than they had last year at 8-4. Also Prairie Central 14-15 and finished 4-5 in the Illini Prairie Conference this season, a very stacked conference if I do say so myself. Prairie Central coming into this one with 4 wins on the bounce, and most recently a 75-48 win against Beecher in their final game of the regular season. Meanwhile, El Paso Gridley dropped the game in their final one of the regular season as they took on IVC at Centennial, and so that sets up a very interesting situation. James Webster and of course Ben Webster alongside him, as well as we come into tonight. Obviously postseason basketball, a lot on the line. Winner faces what we saw to be a very good Bishop McNamara side.
Yeah, good evening Ben, good evening everybody. Postseason basketball, here we go. Looking forward to this good game tonight. Good matchup for the Titans in the first round. Certainly not a pushover game. It's going to be a tough one. Prairie Central coming in, like you've already mentioned, off 4 wins in a row. So should be a good game tonight. Hopefully the Titans can come out with a victory and move on to that very tough-looking Bishop McNamara side. A lot of height in that team, and I think we'll come on and talk about that a little later here. But yeah, they look very good. Rolled Herscher easily by about 30 points right before this one, and I think that takes their record to 26-5 on the season. So a super tough team waiting for the winner of this one.
And indeed, James, but we didn't get to hear you much in the last game against IVC, but what were kind of your thoughts from that game as EPG dropped that one against the Grey Ghosts?
Yeah, tough game for the Titans, that one. IVC came in playing real physical basketball. In that Centennial gym, too, it was hot in there. It just closes everything in right on top of the court. The court may be a little smaller. So, yeah, I mean, a good, close game. It was a good, well-fought game. The Titans did really well in the third quarter to make a good game of it. Thought they were maybe going to come back and tip it over the edge, but unfortunately didn't quite have it down the last few minutes and ended up on the wrong side of that result. But overall, a good performance. Fighting hard, working hard, and I think they're going to need all of those qualities in tonight's game against a side that we know are going to hustle hard, going to move the ball fast, going to play quick, strong defense, and so they're going to need to bring all the things that they had in the IVC game into this one to win the game.
And that could transition us into our keys to the game, brought to you by Big Mike Jenkins of Mangold Ford in Eureka. He's got your keys, and these are your keys to this regional semifinal game, James. And the first one has to be ball movement and getting the ball into the right player's hands. EPG did a pretty good job of doing that last game. Braden Hayes, 18 points. Siobhan Maxson, 15 points. Jack Hempstead, 15 points as well. How do EPG keep continuing that trend here tonight?
Yeah, agree, Ben. Ball movement, good key to this game against a side that's going to play very fast defense and close you down. Keep moving the ball. Keep them moving. keep running. Make the defense move and be like on the move when you're taking shots. If you try and dribble going one-on-one, they're going to close you down. So let's utilize the team that we've got, move the ball around and find some good open shots there on offense. So I think that's going to be really key for tonight.
And another thing that you said as well for key to the game, you want to elaborate on what you said?
Yeah, Ben, one of my keys to the game, I don't think we've had this one yet this season, is free throws. I see this as being a close game. Honestly, I think looking at the records of the two teams, Prairie Central beat the Titans early in the season before we had all the players back. But I think this could be a close one. And therefore, in a close game, every team, in a couple of losses that the Titans have had, some missed free throws down the stretch. I think free throws are really important tonight, and maximizing every opportunity you get given from the free throw line to make sure those points keep ticking over. So free throws are key to the game for me tonight, Ben.
And here's an interesting stat as well, James, I do want to bring into this current conversation. The loser of this exact game, the past two times these two have met up, the losing team has scored 40 points. Prairie Central, when EPG beat them a couple of years ago, they won 67-40 in that game, and then Prairie Central, when they came to the Titans Center in the regular season, they beat the Titans 50-40. How does that play into tonight's game?
Well, I think you want to score more than 40 points. You don't want to be the team that earns on 40. So, yeah, I think offense in this game and keeping the scoreboard moving is really important too here, Ben. Make good field goal percentage, taking good shots, good moves, and keeping the scoreboard moving. I think in the IBC game, Titans got a little bit stuck at some points in the first half, and when the scoreboard's not moving with you and the other team keeps scoring, it's harder and harder to win a game. So I think making sure you're playing good solid offense, sticking to your game plan, making good shots and keeping that rolling up, and the higher points you get, the harder it is to be beaten.
And those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Big Mike Jenkins of Mangold Ford in Eureka. He's got your keys, and those were your keys to the game. Big Mike Jenkins of Mangold Ford in Eureka, the official sponsor of our keys to the game, the timeouts, and the halftime of this broadcast here tonight on Route 24 Radio. And Ben Webster Sports YouTube will take a quick break, and we'll be right back talking about some general for after the messages.
The timeouts and halftime during the game tonight on Route24Radio.com. Brought to you by Big Mike Jenkins at Mangold Ford in Eureka. He's got your keys. Thanks to Big Mike at Mangold Ford in Eureka for sponsoring our timeouts and halftime tonight on Route24Radio.com. Your home for the EPG Titans.
This week, Dave's Supermarket is featuring more seafood deals, country-style ribs, sweet grapes, fresh cored pineapple, and tender asparagus. Catfish nuggets are only $1.79 a pound. Jumbo cod loins are $7.99 a pound. Country-style pork ribs are $1.89 a pound. And sweet red, green, or black seedless grapes are only $1.99 a pound. Dave's Supermarket in Fairbury, open Monday through Saturday, wowing customers since 1950.
Gibson Area Hospital Elite Sport and Fitness, Sport Enhancement, Personal Training, and General Fitness Programs. Customized training programs designed by our certified training staff offer encouragement for crushing your fitness goals. Affordable memberships for all ages and fitness levels. Sign up for a wide variety of exciting fitness classes. Follow GAH Elite on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Locations in Gibson City, Paxton, Fairbury, and Cissna Park. Call 217-784-2045 for details.
Welcome back to Herscher High School, the home of the 2A Regionals, as a part of the Seneca Sectional. And James, I do want to touch on this because I think there are some very interesting teams that we need to look out for in this sectional. All the way over in the Manteno Regional, you have the Pontiac Indians, who of course beat EPG in the regular season. They played Coal City tonight. They tipped off at 6 o'clock. We do not know the result of that game. As soon as we find out, we'll get that to you. And some other notable games from around the other regionals within the Seneca Sectional. Wilmington's in this sectional, James. If we know something about Wilmington, they may or may not have beaten EPG in the semifinals of the football season. And Also in that regional, you have number 3 seeded Piatone playing number 6 Seneca, and if we know a bit about Seneca, they have Coach Nathaniel Meese, who obviously left EPG to go to the Irish, and obviously that would be a great matchup if EPG were to get that far, and if Seneca were to get that far.
Yeah, man, it's interesting being over on kind of the east side a little bit of certainly of 55 and over this way, seeing some of the teams we don't normally match up against. Yeah, familiar names in there. Obviously Pontiac, we've seen them this season and came out on the wrong end of a pretty heavy defeat there. Early season though again. Wilmington, yeah, let's not talk about Wilmington, bad memories from the football season at the end of the football season. Let's hope they don't play basketball like they play football, because they were pretty unstoppable in that football game. Yeah, obviously Seneca, some interesting matchups should the Titans get on a bit of a run here. Like we've already mentioned, a winnable game tonight, but not an easy game tonight. And then a very tough game probably on Friday if you make it through for either of these teams against what looks to be a very good Bishop McNamara team. So tough to get out of the regional, but all you need is to cycle in on the games at this time of year. If you can get some good and just ride that momentum, then you can find yourself in some good places pretty quickly.
And talk about ride some, that is exactly what Prairie Central are doing right now. Of course, winning 4 games in a row. We looked over their schedule earlier off air, and they've had some pretty good wins this year.
Yeah, Ben. Interesting when we look at the comparable teams who both sides have played. So obviously, they beat EPG earlier in the season, so we know EPG are playing better basketball now. However, when we look at Prairie Central's results, they lost early in the season by about 20 to Pontiac. Then recently, they only lost by 6. Pontiac, good team. IVC lost by 3. Beat Paxton Buckley Loader, who beat IVC handedly. So some of these games here very close. IVC just beat EPG. So what I'm expecting is quite a close matchup tonight with both of these teams. And yeah, it could go either way. We will see. I think it's whoever gets shooting well, and yeah, if we can get some good shots in, then I think we'll come out on top. But if we let Prairie Central get shooting, then we could be in trouble.
And let's talk about Bishop McNamara quick, James. The opponent for either of these teams will play on Friday, and James, they're impressive, that is for sure. They have a lot of height about them.
Yeah, Ben. I mean, coming in here, we watched the second half, probably the tallest team we've seen all season. They had just their point guard, I don't know, he was probably like 5'10", maybe 5'9", 5'10". Everybody else was like 6'4" plus, a couple of 6'7" guys in there. So right across the floor, I mean, they controlled the paint, controlled the rebounds, and they got some really nice shooters too, not just height. They got nice shooters, moved the ball around well, found open shots under the basket, and I mean, a Herscher team who's struggled against them 3 times now this season really had no answers. But a team coming in with a record of 25 and 5 to tonight, not many teams have had many answers for them all season. So some big things to watch out for there should EPG progress tonight and get to the game on Friday.
Well, thank you, James. We'll hear more from you at halftime. And if you are a Prairie Central fan watching this stream, first of all, like the stream. And second of all, if you want to go check out the Prairie Central live feed, you can go over to Fairbury News Facebook page, where you can hear Mark Strauss and Kent Casson on the call there. As we're about 2 minutes out from tip-off, we'll take another quick break. We'll have starting lineups for you right after this.
For over 30 years, Brandt has been helping growers achieve better results. They bring the very best seed, crop protection, and nutrient solutions to the farm. Through research and innovation, they help Central Illinois growers implement new practices and improve crop yield and quality. Brandt, professional agriculture. Visit brandt.co for more information.
Every day, farmers rise before the sun and put everything they have into a job so few can do. Their courage, resilience, and relentless work shape the legacies and future of our country. At Beck's, we're proud to stand alongside those who don't wait to see what the world will do. They act, they lead, they are the difference. Beck's honors your commitment to your land, family, and purpose. And while we can't predict what the future holds, there is one thing we can do to change it, and that's be the difference. Right now, in every decision, in every season.
Stop into Pontiac's premier barbecue restaurant, Bob and Ringo's Grill and Smokehouse at 223 West Madison Street. Since 2021, we've been making delicious home-style items like ground steak burgers, hand-cut fries, smoked barbecue. We are happy to provide the community with a family-friendly restaurant and event center for parties and celebrations with exceptional catering services. Bob and Ringo's Grill and Smokehouse personally invites you to stop in for ribs, wings, pulled pork, salads, brisket, and more. Call 815-844-6565.
Welcome back to Herscher High School, and we're going to go right into the starting lineups as we'll start with EPG. It's an unchanged lineup. You have Chavon Maxon at the point guard with Braden Hayes at the 2. Javion Maxon starts at small forward with Jack Hempstead at the 4 and Elijah Webster down low at the 5. Meanwhile, for Prairie Central, Bryson Gadbury starts at guard along with Spencer Ray. Number 10, Easton Friedman, also a guard, starts in there. And then number 20, Ashton Sheldrick, is in there for the Prairie Central Hawks. And then Acer Kratishville, a 6'4" forward senior, he starts at the 5 for Prairie Central tonight. As it's a fairly small EPG student section tonight, and I get that a lot of them did not want to make the drive from El Paso all the way up to Herscher. It's a pretty far drive, especially if you're but not quite as far if you're in the show choir program. They go about 5 or 6 hour drive sometimes to get to a competition. But the officials for tonight, kind of switching gears real quick, Raymond Gerkitz, Albert Hampton, and Casey Heimer, your officials for tonight's game. Thank you to Herscher for providing us with that information. We haven't been able to get that much all season, I can tell you that. As we're about to get ready to start this one, Elijah Webster and Acer Kratishville at center court for the tip. So here we go. Prairie Central won last time. EPG won the one before that, as we're going to get Braden Hayes being told to tuck his shirt in before the game even starts. So now we're going to wait before we actually get the tip. EPG versus Prairie Central, part 2. Here we go. EPG wins the tip. Chavon Maxon on the first possession early. And we're going to be getting a block foul against PC early. It's that foul going against Bryson Gadbury. 4 seconds into this one, and the Titans will already have it on the baseline. Braden to inbound from the baseline. Gets it up top to Javion. Of course, was not playing in that game when Prairie Central came to the Titan Center. Here's Elijah Webster inside early. Misses it, and the rebound going to go the way of PC, being brought forward here by Friedman. Friedman drives it inside the paint, has it knocked out, and it's stolen by Chavon, who speeds it up the other way. And now Chavon loses it, but it was tipped. And now he gets it over to Javion. Javion to the corner. Jack Hempstead, a wide open 3 is no good. Webster offensive board, can't get it to go. Hempstead offensive board, no good, but a foul. That will send Jack Hempstead to the free throw line. And already some early free throws here for EPG as Acer Kratishville gets called for the foul, and already 2 team fouls here in this opening quarter here for PC. Jack Hempstead, first free throw is good. Opens the scoring here early as the Titans are getting a lot of shots off from inside. Second free throw is no good from Hempstead. 1-0 lead for EPG as Hempstead gets one of 2 free throws to fall from the line. Bringing it forward here is Sheldrick, and nice backdoor cut by Bryson Gadbury. He puts up the floater, it's no good. Good defense by EPG as here comes Javion. Titans leading 1-0 still. Here's Chavon driving it inside, puts up a tough layup, no good. Rebound falls into the hands of Spencer Ray. PC speeding it back the other way with Gadbury. Gadbury picks up his dribble, gets it to Ray. In the corner, now is Sheldrick. Ashton Sheldrick guarded by Jack Hempstead up close here for PC. Gadbury up top. Gonna get it over to Friedman. Friedman driving it baseline. Has to kick it back out here to Ray. Gadbury puts up the floater and it is good. PC take a 2-1 lead 90 seconds in. Now here is Javion. Gets it to Chavon. Both Maxon brothers starting once again in this one tonight for the Titans. Braden Hayes at the elbow. Switches to the other elbow. Elijah Webster in the gray area. He's going to look to make a move. Gets it up top to Javion. Puts up a contested three. Doesn't matter. Javion knocks it down from outside. And the Titans lead 4-2. The first field goal of the night for EPG. And certainly not to be the last. Hopefully I don't jinx that one. But here's Cronishville up top here for PC. They get it down low to Sheldrick. Back up top for Cronishville. Cronishville trapped. He's going to get it out here and find his man being Ashton Sheldrick. Sheldrick over to Godberry. Ray posting up on Javion, looking to take it to the rim, scores, but a travel, and it will be going the other way. Javion's hyped up about that one. As EPG coming the other way here with Chavon Maxim bringing it up. 5.5 minutes remaining here in this opening quarter. Chavon going to be fouled on the way through. That will be the third team foul against Prairie Central already here in this opening quarter. This time it will be going against Easton Friedman. That's his second personal. Owen Adams will check in for the Titans in place of Elijah Webster. And for PC, it will be Dane Wheeler checking in place of Easton Friedman. Braden Hayes lobs it into Chavon. Chavon tries to get it to Owen Adams right through his hands. And out of bounds, it will be Prairie Central basketball. 5:26 remaining here in the opening quarter. It is a 4-2 lead for EPG. Bryson Gadbury bringing it up here for the Prairie Central Hawks, who have gone 14-15 this season. It's Gadbury behind the back dribble as he's guarded up close by Chavon. Wide open three is good from Dane Wheeler, and Prairie Central retake a 1-point lead, 5-4. So here comes Javion. Javion looking around. Javion looking to attack the paint, gets it outside to Chavon. Chavon driving inside, has it poked loose, picked up by Owen Adams. Braden Hayes with deep three, he's got it! Braden Hayes from outside makes it a 7-5 ball game. Braden Hayes with his first but not last 3-point attempt here tonight. As driving inside here for PC on the baseline is Sheldrick, and he'll be fouled. That'll be the first team foul against EPG tonight. Adams is the one who picks up the foul, and he comes up a little bit shaken up. Let's hope he's okay, as coming in here for PC is Griffin Tredenick in place of Spencer Ray, and Coach John Shippert for EPG not looking to take any risks on Owen Adams, as he'll be coming out of the game. And points Owen Adams to the athletic trainer. We'll keep an eye on that, but meanwhile, here's PC with Wheeler. Gets it to Gadbury. Over to Wheeler. Wheeler guarded by Javion. Now Cronishville in the corner. Guarded by Elijah Webster, who came back in the game. Wheeler up top as he's going to find Sheldrick once again. Sheldrick driving inside. Wide open short jumper, which is going to be no good. Offensive rebound by Tredenick. Gets it back to Cronishville. And an offensive foul as he took it back inside the paint. Jack Hempstead took the charge. And as for Asa Cronishville, that's his second foul. Fourth team foul of the quarter for Prairie Central. And that's not something that you'd like to have early. 2 players on 2 personal fouls. Spencer Ray will be coming in shortly here for Prairie Central. Here's Chavon. Payne again, and he's been wanting to do that all night. Jumper goes right off the backboard. And it's rebounded by Prairie Central. Here comes Gadbury the other way to Tredenick. Now that was Sheldrick up top, as Javion will reach in for a foul. That'll be Javion's first foul of the night. Second team foul for EPG. First personal against Javion. 7-5 lead for EPG. 3:48 remaining here in quarter number 1. Bryson Gadbury bringing the ball up here for the Prairie Central Hawks, trailing by a bucket. So going to get it over here to Ray. Now in the corner, here is Wheeler. Get it to the elbow or the low block. And a 3 for Ray, which is no good. Rebound tipped all the way out to half court for Chavon, who speeds the other way to the rim and scores. 9-5 lead for EPG. 3:18 remaining here in the first quarter. Meanwhile, at the other end, we get a foul as Ashton Sheldrick quickly took it into the paint, as Elijah Webster will pick up a foul. That'll be the third team foul. First personal against Elijah Webster, and Owen Adams seems like he's okay to come back into the game. Sheldrick at the free throw line, shooting 2. First free throw is good for Ashton Sheldrick as Owen Adams comes in for Elijah Webster, per usual, as per the rotation scheme from John Shippert this season. Second free throw for Sheldrick. Second free throw, no good. Sheldrick goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line, 9-6. So Gridley, 3:08 remaining here in the opening quarter. Hempstead driving inside, and he is going to be fouled on the way through. That foul going against Spencer Ray, and that will send the Titans to the line, as that is the 5th team foul against Prairie Central here tonight. That will be the first personal foul against Spencer Ray. And with 3:04 to go here in quarter number 1, Jack Hempstead heading to the line, shooting 2. First of which is good. 10-6 lead for EPG with 3:04 left here in the first quarter. Owen Berquist will check in for Javion. Hempstead, second free throw is good. Jack Hempstead now already with 3 here in this opening quarter. He scored 15 in the game against IVC. As here is Ray up top at a standstill, being guarded by OB. Gets it over to Gadberry, pump fakes to 3. Gets it over to Tredenik. Tredenik up top as he gets it over to Sheldrick, and his pass was deflected out by Braden Hayes, so it will be PC ball at half court with 2:45 remaining here in this first quarter. As bringing the ball up for PC off the inbound is Bryson Gadberry. Hawks trailing 11-6. Here's Spencer Ray. Gadberry to the corner here for Sheldrick. Sheldrick trapped in the corner by Hempstead. Gets a pass off to find Ray. Ray backing down Owen Berquist inside. Sheldrick is going to travel as he pump faked the 3 and tried to drive inside. As EPG will be bringing it the other way now after another turnover for Prairie Central. As here comes Chavon Maxson. Chavon with 2 points so far here in this game. As here's Braden Hayes, who has 3. Gets it to Hempstead, also with 3. Drives inside and scores again. Jack Hempstead puts the Titans up by 7 with 2:05 remaining here in the first. Up top, a step back 3 is going to be no good from Dane Wheeler, and the ball will go all the way out of bounds. The Titans will have possession, and Andrick Shippert will check in for Jack Hempstead. And a timeout going to be called by Trevin McCullough, the third-year head coach for Prairie Central. It will be a 60-second timeout, and we will take a break here on Route 24 Radio and Ben Webster Sports. Titans leading 13-6 at the end of 1.
This is a special message from Edelman Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, Electric, and Solar. Right now, Edelman is offering a free air purifier valued at $950 with the purchase of a new HVAC system. Whether you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or both, now's the perfect time to upgrade your comfort and improve your home's air quality. Edelman's expert technicians install and service all makes and models, ensuring your home stays efficient, clean, and comfortable all year long. For peace of mind and professional results, call Edelman at 309-213-9644.
And if we have any Pontiac fans on the stream, they won 48-41 against Coal City. I'm sure you guys would know that information right now. And I'm sure you guys would be even happier on your drives home that Prairie Central are currently down 13-6 with less than 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. As Chavon Maxson will bring it up here for EPG out of the timeout. Chavon gets it over to Braden Hayes, pump fakes a 3. Hayes gets it out to OB. Owen Berquist up top to Braden Hayes, pump fakes a 3 again, drives inside, puts up a floater, and it will bounce in. The lucky bounce on the floater from Braden, and now here comes Prairie Central the other way, as here's Tredenik, gets it to Gadberry, as they worked it from inside the paint to up top, as here's Ray, contested 3, no good, rebound by Owen Adams. And he'll get this over to Chavon. 15-6 lead for El Paso Gridley with 80 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Chavon. Chavon with 1:15 to work with. So hold the ball momentarily. No shot clock until next season for these sort of games. As here is Braden Hayes. Hayes over to Chavon. As we're going to get 3 subs coming in for EPG at the next dead ball. We'll get to that in a moment as Andrick Shippert stuck in the corner. Shippert, nice bit of handles, threads it to Owen Adams, who bobbled it for a bit. Gets it up top to Braden. Andrick Shippert, wide open jumper, no good. Rebound by Owen Adams. He gets in a tangle, and it'll be a foul against Prairie Central, and that will send Owen Adams to the free throw line. So Owen Adams to the line, as Ashton Sheldrick picks up the foul, the 6th total team foul for Prairie Central here in this first quarter alone. 44.1 remaining in the first quarter as Adams sinks the first free throw. As Javion, Jack Hempstead, and Kane Kerfoot will check in for Chavon, Andrick Shippert, and Braden Hayes. Braden Hayes heads to the bench with 5. Chavon heads to the bench with 2. And Andrick Shippert heads to the bench yet to score. Adams' second free throw is good. 17-6 lead for El Paso Gridley. What a start to this one for the Titans. As here's Bryson Gadberry. He's going to hand this off here to Sheldrick. PC could do with a make here. As here is Sheldrick in the corner driving baseline, and he's going to be fouled by Jack Hempstead. That will be EPG's 4th team foul of the quarter. And for Jack Hempstead, that's going to be his first personal. And not quite into the territory of which Prairie Central would be shooting free throws yet. But with 30.1 seconds left in the first quarter, EPG just don't need to foul to send Prairie Central to the free throw line. As here is Sheldrick, gets it over to Tredenik. Tredenik looking around, guarded by Owen Adams. 18 seconds to work with for the Hawks. In the corner is Sheldrick. Back up top to Spencer Ray, guarded by Kane Kerfoot. Ray driving is going to put it up and in, plus the foul. Spencer Ray gets the bucket for the Hawks with 9.8 seconds left in the quarter. And that makes it 17-8. Still in favor of EPG, but that's a big bucket Prairie Central could really do with down the stretch as Spencer Ray at the line. First free throw, no good. Javion on the rebound, bring it forward with 5 seconds to work with. Javion with 4. He's going to swing it over to Kerfoot. 2 seconds. Hempstead the 3, no good at the buzzer, and that will do it for the opening quarter. EPG leading Prairie Central 17-8 at the end of one. A very good start for the Titans here in this regional semifinal as they lead by 9 at the end of one. We'll take a quick break as it is the end of one. Titans 17, Prairie Central 8. We'll be back after these messages here on Route 24 Radio and Ben Webster Sports on YouTube.
I'm Colleen Callahan with Trajectory Energy Partners, the leading Illinois-based community solar developer. Lease your land for solar and generate predictable income. Support your community and protect your land for the next generation. Trajectory Energy Partners will be on the ground with you from the very beginning, making the solar development process straightforward. Visit www.trajectoryenergy.com and start farming the sun today.
Welcome back to Herscher High School as El Paso Gridley made the regional championship in the past 3 of 4 seasons, 3 of 3 in a row to be exact, before they missed out on the regional championship last season as they went one and done in the postseason, losing to Bloomington Central Catholic on their home court. But EPG, they're looking pretty good at the end of one, leading 17-8 over Prairie Central. And reminder, Prairie Central beat the Titans 50-40 at the Titans Center all the way back in December. As here is Bryson Gadberry with PC's possession at the beginning of the second quarter, trailing 17-8. As here's Ashton Sheldrick. He's been defended very well by Hempstead. Spencer Ray driving baseline on Owen Adams, and he's going to pick up a foul, Owen Adams. That's his second already. Owen Adams going to pick up an early foul here in the second quarter, and Braden Hayes just came out of the locker room. Braden Hayes does not look okay. Don't know what don't know what's quite wrong with him. I think he has a bit of a groin problem, but we'll see, as that's something to keep an eye out for. Braden Hayes heads to the bench. Owen Berquist and Owen Adams will come out. Elijah Webster also in for EPG, and Braden Hayes is going to say, you know what, Coach, I'm fine, and check right back into the game after this first dead ball, as the 2 free throws are good from Spencer Ray, and Owen Berquist spent a total of 5 seconds on the court, as Braden Hayes is right back in the game. As here comes Javion Maxim bringing it up here for El Paso Gridley. Let's see how Braden fares with his apparent injury. Braden gets it to Elijah Webster up top. Javion back to Braden Hayes. Hayes looking around. Drive just inside the arc. Kicks it back out to Elijah Webster. Handoff to Braden. Comes off the screen, set by Webster. Hayes, kick out to Javion. And Javion is just going to hold it, and John Shippert going to call a timeout. Didn't like what he saw there from the offense, and he'll take a second to look it over. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. Titans leading 17-10.
Stoller International has been serving the Central Illinois farming community since 1935. They continue to do so today with 5 locations. They are the dealership that service builds, providing Case IH, Kubota, JCB, Kinsey, Bobcats, Woods, McDon, and many other brand name pieces of equipment to their customers. Along with new equipment, they also offer a wide range of used high-quality equipment. All 5 of the locations offer a full-service parts and sales department. Stop in your local Stoller International store to see how they can help you.
The winner of this game will be playing Bishop McNamara on Friday, as that game will be at 6 o'clock, as still a lot of basketball to be played, but EPG looking good at the moment, leading 17-10 over Prairie Central here in the second quarter in the early goings, as here is Siobhan Maxon driving inside, kicks it out for Braden to knock down the 3. 8 points already for Braden Hayes here in this first half. 20-10 lead for EPG with just over a minute gone in the second quarter. Here's Gadberry getting it to Spencer Ray. Dane Wheeler currently in the game for PC. Dumps it off to the low block here for Gadberry, who posts his way inside and puts it in, plus the foul over Chavon Maxon. As Chavon Maxon gets called for the foul, of course. That'll be the first personal foul for Chavon. Second team foul against EPG in the quarter. John Shippert trying to make the case as to why it was not a foul, as Gadberry sinks the free throw. 20-13 lead as Prairie Central complete the three-point play there. As here's Javion driving inside, fadeaway jumper off the pull-up. It's no good, or it is good, I should say. 22-13 lead, 90 seconds into the second quarter. Wheeler driving inside. Prairie Central getting a lot of shots down low. It's no good, and we're going to get a foul against Dane Wheeler on the way back down as Braden Hayes hold in the miss. Dane Wheeler is going to pick up his first personal foul, as Owen Berquist will check in place of Elijah Webster. Titans will go small ball here. The 5 on the floor right now is Braden Hayes, the Maxim brothers, Owen Berquist, and Jack Hempstead. Javion will bring it up here for EPG. 6:17 remaining here in the first half. Braden Hayes up top being guarded by Bryson Gadberry. Gets it up top to Javion. Over to Braden Hayes again. He's stuck in the corner. Brings it up to the short wing, as here is Chavon. Going to get the floater opportunity. Floats it up and he's fouled. And it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Chavon Maxon, as Griffin Tredenick will be called for the foul. The 5 on the floor for PC is Tredenick, Wheeler, Sheldrick, Ray, and Gadberry. As the first free throw by Chavon is good, 23-13 lead. Elijah Webster will frantically check back into the game in place of Owen Berquist. And if we can define Owen Berquist's first half, it's short stints of 10 or less seconds in the game, as here comes Prairie Central up the other way after both free throws were made by Chavon Maxon, as here is Ashton Sheldrick, gets it over to Tredenick. Tredenick shifts it over to the short corner as he finds Gadberry, who's posting down Chavon again, or posting up I should say, as here's Tredenick guarded by Elijah Webster. Tredenik driving inside. Good defense by the Titans as it was poked loose, but tipped out of bounds by Chavon Maxon as it will be Prairie Central basketball. 5:39 remaining here in the first half. 24-13 lead for El Paso Gridley as Tredenik had the wide open look from three, but doesn't take it. Sheldrick with a three, it's no good, and we get a foul. We get a foul against Braden Hayes, not on the shot, but it will be on the ground. Prairie Central will inbound it from the sideline.
Checking in for the Hawks, number 10, Easton Friedman.
As Coach John Shippert once again talking to the officials, as that's the third team foul. Apparently that was called on Jack Hempstead. That doesn't sound right, as yes, they finally do call on Braden Hayes, as drive inside from Easton Friedman, who checked back in. It was blocked by Elijah Webster at the rim. Chavon Maxon over to Jack Hempstead. Elijah Webster yet to score so far tonight, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul. That is not an offensive foul, to say the least. Elijah Webster just backing him down. Too big of a body for Easton Friedman to handle, so he just flopped and gets called for an offensive foul. Elijah Webster does. That's his second personal foul. Fourth team foul for EPG in the quarter. And guess who's back in? Owen Berquist in the game for Gridley. And the way his first half has been going, not for long. At least we'll hope he'll be in the game for longer than he has been. As here's Bryson Gadberry here for Prairie Central. Gets it to Sheldrick. Gets it over, and here is a three for the flopper Friedman. And we're going to get a foul, loose ball foul, as Friedman couldn't get the three-pointer to go. And Spencer Ray picks up the foul. That's his second personal. Team third of the quarter against Prairie Central, as Griffin Tredenik checks back in as Friedman heads to the bench. Chavon bring it up for the Titans, leading 24-13, 4:42 remaining here in this first half, as Jack Hempstead down low gets another bucket. Jack Hempstead having a good first half, getting a lot of his points from down low as EPG lead by 13, 26-13. As here is Wheeler, gets it to the corner for Sheldrick. Ray, short corner, gets it to Wheeler. Wheeler driving baseline, kicks it back for Ray. Ray with a whopping layup at the rim, goes up and under for the score. 26-15 lead now for EPG. 4:10 remaining here in the first half. Hayes driving inside, gets the shot up from inside as he's fouled, and Braden Hayes will be shooting two free throws here for EPG. Braden Hayes shooting two. Griffin Tredenik picks up his second foul. Team fourth of the quarter as Braden rattles in the first free throw. As flopping Friedman will check back in here for Prairie Central in place of Griffin Tredenik. With Tredenik on two fouls. Of course, Coach Trevin McCullough not wanting to take a risk as Braden Hayes goes 2 for 2 at the line. 28-15 lead, 13-point lead restored for El Paso Gridley. So here is Gadberry. Gadberry, lovely pass to find Friedman. Friedman puts the layup off the glass. It's no good as we get a foul against EPG, I believe. As that goes against Jack Hempstead. That will be his third foul of the game, I think. That's his fourth foul. Jack Hempstead's on 4 fouls, apparently. How does he have 4? That's an error in the stat book, I think. He should only have 2. That's definitely an error in the stat book. The officials should be looking at this. First free throw is good from Spencer Ray. And the officials will take a quick break. They'll look at the stat book. It should not be Jack Hempstead's 4th foul. As Jack Hempstead is saying he's only on 2. And based on the way this game has gone, that's definitely the case as well. And I'm not quite sure what they concluded with. He should should only be on 2 fouls, but that's weird. They're keeping it with 4 up there. Is here both free throws made by Spencer Ray. Or if they change the number of fouls, Jack Hempstead has it. Braden Hayes gets the inside. Sheldrick is going around. Getting to Wheeler. Double pump. Elbow. Good. JV on the rebound. Speeds it the other way. EPG with a 30-17 lead late in this first half. Braden gets it to Elijah Webster. Webster puts up the floater. No good. No points as of yet for Elijah Webster. Not been his night so far. Wheeler gets it over to Gadberry.
Timeout for Central.
We'll take a 30-second timeout from Herscher High School. This is
It's a 30-second timeout.
Count to 10. Returning the score. Quite a stat error. What'd you do? Welcome back here to Herscher High School as EPG leading 30-20 with 3:03 remaining here in this second quarter as Javion puts up a 3. It's no good. Back the other way comes Dan Wheeler who puts in the layup, and all of a sudden Prairie Central 8-point game, 30-22. Wheeler currently has 5 for Prairie Central. As here is Chavon in the corner for the Titans at the other end. Elijah Webster with an easy floater at the rim. His first bucket of the day. 32-22 left for EPG, 2.5 to go. Here in this first half, the open 3 is Gadberry's no good. Rebounded by Braden. And here comes Owen Bergquist the other way. Gets it to Javion. Braden fakes the shot. Drives inside a little bit. Gets it back outside to Javion. Swings it over for Chavon. Swung back for Javion. Back to Chavon. Now to Braden Hayes in the corner. Back to Javion. Javion, Owen Bergquist looking around to Javion up top, over to Braden Hayes. Hayes driving inside, puts up the floater, no good. Grabbed his own miss. Braden Hayes looking to go back up with it, misses it again, and Braden Hayes gets in a tangle with it, and we get our first jump ball of the game. And I believe this will stay with EPG, and it will. And so EPG will have it on the baseline. Braden Hayes to inbound, gets it into Chavon. Chavon loses it, and it will come into the hands of Ashton Sheldrick. Sheldrick going to get it over to Gadberry. 1:36 remaining here in this first half as Gadberry finding his way inside. Layup no good, rebounded by Webster. Here comes OB the other way. OB gets stuck in the corner, gets it up top to Chavon, but pass is tipped and stolen at the other end by Dane Wheeler. Gets it inside to Treadnick and it's good. 8-point game again, 32-24 lead for Prairie Central, or lead for EPG. Prairie Central cutting into the lead a little bit. Chavon fakes the 3, threads it down low for Owen Bergquist, kick to the corner for Braden Hayes. Hayes puts up the floater, no good, and a rebound by Owen Bergquist, but we get a loose ball foul against Prairie Central, much to the dismay of a few Prairie Central fans. That foul going against Ashton Sheldrick, and that will be Prairie Central's 15th foul. Second personal foul against Sheldrick. And since that's the 15th foul of the quarter, that will send EPG to the free throw line. And that would be OB shooting 2.
It may have been a foul, but it wasn't.
First free throw is good from Owen Bergquist. That's the first point of the game for OB. Puts the lead up to 9 as he misses the second free throw, rebounded by Gadberry. And the pass at the other end, stolen by Braden Hayes. Hayes spinning, is is going to take a double dribble as Braden Hayes not happy with that call. He's going to talk to the officials about it. Going to have a brief word, I should say. Braden Hayes not happy about that call. He thought it was tipped and sort of looked that way, to be fair. But double dribble was the call, and that's what it will be. As here comes Gadberry, swings it inside a bullet of a pass to find Ray. Shelter is going to take it inside. Ashton Shelter gets stuck inside. Gets it to Ray, who will drive inside again. Back up top to Wheeler. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Wheeler loses it, picks up by Chavon. He loses it, picked back up by Wheeler. And Prairie Central keep with it with 20 seconds left here in this first half. 33 to 24 lead, still for EPG. Can Prairie Central get a big bucket? And we're going to get an offensive foul on the legal screen called against Spencer Ray. And another foul called against Prairie Central. As we're going to get back into the game, we're going to see Avery Dunn.
Checking in for the Hawks, Avery Dunn.
As the foul went against Spencer Ray, his third personal. Owen Berquist 2 inbound here for EPG with 11.4 remaining here in the first half.
Cassie Whitley should be shooting here, if I'm not mistaken.
And since it's an offensive foul, I don't believe EPG will be shooting at the line.
Talking about that right now.
By technicality, it is an offensive foul. And so Owen Berquist, and so it will stay as is. Owen Berquist will stay with it. EPG will stay on the sideline as they inbound it for Javion with six to go with 3 seconds. Javion back to Braden Hayes. He has to put up a three at the buzzer. Almost banked it in. Very much contested three from Braden Hayes. Almost banked in at the buzzer. It's a 33 to 24 lead for EPG at as the Titans lead by halftime report. Why? Quick update, we've experienced yet another roadblock in technical things, so we'll be dropping the stream for now. We'll come back with a new stream in that the audio issues will be fixed. We'll be right back in just a moment.